What the heck's an Amiibo? Hey everybody, this is Dougie080, and here are my thoughts on the Amiibo. Quick summary, for those of you who don't know, the Amiibo is a little figurine that Nintendo is going to be selling that will change your games in some way or another. There's like a sensor on the Nintendo gamepad, and you're going to use these little figures as things for games. Think, the closest thing that comes to mind is, of course, Skylanders. And the first time I heard about the Amiibos, the first thing that came to mind was Skylanders. Naturally, I was a bit worried. I was concerned. I still kind of am, but Nintendo's taking a completely different approach to this Amiibo thing than the whole Skylanders or Disney Infinity thing. It doesn't look like they're using these figures to unlock characters in the game. It's like they're using the figures to create a unique experience that you couldn't be able to experience before. The game that they used as an example was the Super Smash Bros. The new Super Smash Bros. Is going to be using these Amiibo characters. And the way that it'll work is you'll take your Amiibo and then you'll scan it into the game. It'll work as a computer player, but it gains experience the more you play with it, and it levels up and gets stronger, and then you'll be able to use this character to either fight you, fight beside you, or fight one of your friends. And it's like, it reminds me of Pokemon. Like, whenever you get your Pokemon characters, you can train them. And that seems to be the approach that they're going with this whole Amiibo thing, is it actually saves the information of your Amiibo into the figure itself. So, for example, if I were to take my Amiibo over to a friend's house, and I wanted my friend to fight against my Amiibo just to see if my Amiibo could kick my friend's face in, then I could scan it into his, and it will level up all the same. And it's so crazy the way that it's gonna work. Like, I don't know, this is just one example of the use of the Amiibos, but they're saying that they want these little figures to be able to be used in multiple games. So, unlike games like Skylanders, where you'll buy this figure and you'll only be able to use it in this game specifically, if you buy a Mario figure, you'll be able to use this Mario figure in Smash Bros. As your Smash Bros. Amiibo character, and you'll also be able to use it in all these other future Nintendo games that'll eventually be coming out. They said that they want to incorporate Mario Kart in it some way or another. So, if you get this figure, you're going to be able to use it in potentially all of Nintendo's future games. So, it's hard for me to really be against something like this because of its wide use throughout all of Nintendo's games. And it's really hard to think of it as a form of DLC, because what would be preventing you from lending that to a friend, right? Like, say you're done with Mario Kart for a while, and you decide to lend that little Amiibo thing to your friend, and then your friend likes it. So whenever he gives it back to you, he's going to go out and pick up his own Amiibo and put it into his game. And then he will have access to all these different features from all of these different games. And I don't know, I think the whole lending feature really separates this from your traditional DLC ideas. Being able to lend it to friends or borrow them from friends. I'm looking forward to see where Nintendo goes with this Amiibo feature. Unlikely when Smash Bros. Comes out, I'm gonna pick up a couple of these Amiibo things. But I think what it really boils down to is how much are these things going to cost, right? Like, if they start to range in the $15 to $20 for these little things, it really, I don't know, but I'm looking forward, like I said, I'm looking forward to see where Nintendo takes these. I really hope they don't do the Skylanders approach where there's going to be a game that comes out and you have to buy this specific Amiibo just to access one little character or one little thing in a game. I hope it really fleshes out the games in a unique experience the same way that they're trying to do with Smash Brothers. As it stands right now, I'm cautiously optimistic about the Amiibos. I think if they can continue to create unique experiences, then I think it'll be worth it in the end. What do you guys think about this whole Amiibo thing? And even the Skylanders things in general, like buying things in the real world and somehow influencing your game. As cool as they are, I think the big make or break for me would have to be the cost. How much are these things going to cost? And if it's going to be worth it in the end with the amount of content that they'll give you. Anyway, though, that's just my thoughts on this whole thing. I think it's going to be super cool if they do it right. But Nintendo has a way of either doing things really well or really not so well. But more often than not, they seem to do things right, and my money's on that they're going to do it right, and I'm really excited to see where they take it in the future. So I'd love to hear your thoughts, all that stuff in the comments. If you've got any topics that you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments, and maybe next video I'll talk about that. But before we end the video, I'd like to give a shout out to MrZebraGamer. He's an awesome guy. I've been following her for quite a few years now, and he's like really taken off these past couple of months. I think he just reached 8,000 subscribers, so super congratulations to you, MrZebraGamer. And I'll leave a link in the description to his YouTube channel. He does things very similar to me. Like, he does Let's Plays, he does more first impression stuff than I do, but it's really interesting to see his opinions on like a lot of these indie games that you don't see a lot of other big YouTubers talking about, and I think it's fun to see stuff like that from him. And yeah, check him out. Let him know that little old doggy sent you. And thank you very much for watching, guys, and all of your awesome support on this series and all of my other videos. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.